That's the big idea behind Bitcoin. And it's run by a decentralized global network of powerful mining computers and regular laptops. Here's how it works. When I pay my cameraman, what's really happening is that I use my key to open my wallet and then instruct the network to send Bitcoins to his address. Most Bitcoin apps use QR codes to identify an address. You scan it, then swipe to use your key and approve the transaction.
This information is shared throughout the global network within seconds. Every 10 minutes or so, one miner, using a tremendous amount of energy, beats all the others in a contest to solve a very difficult math problem. That miner is authorized to arrange the most recent transactions into a structured block and is rewarded in Bitcoins for this work. All of the data contained inside each block is represented by a checksum. The miner now adds the new block to the previous one. That's why it's called the blockchain. Now the ledger will be updated globally. The checksums of the previous block match the beginning of the new one, which are baked together forever. It's impossible to tinker with the data inside the block without changing the checksums and breaking the chain.
This immutability is the first rule of Bitcoin. It means no one can ever change what was once recorded in the blockchain or spend the same coin twice. That's also called censorship resistance, and it's critical to Bitcoin being used as real money. Award-winning journalist Laura Shin tells me a story about women bloggers in Afghanistan being paid in Bitcoin.
She told me that one of the women had an abusive husband and saved up her Bitcoins and eventually was able to divorce him because she was able to control her money when she earned the Bitcoins.
In my first film, the early adopter said that this kind of financial freedom for everyone was just around the corner.
World's most populous network is adopting Bitcoin. That's the internet. The world's largest economy is adopting Bitcoin. That's the internet. We have transcended borders.
It's totally failed as electronic cash.
David Gerard says it has unbanked the banked more than it has banked the unbanked. He's an outspoken critic of this technology.
It's not very good as a payment system. There's a small payment use case if you want to trade in things that the government doesn't want you to trade in.
That's David's polite way of saying illegal stuff.
In 2011, most of my partner colleagues were saying three things. So it was either drugs, pornography, arms sales.
The Silk Road was a black market on the dark web, where buyers and sellers used Bitcoins to fly under the radar of the authorities. It had 1 million users until the FBI showed up and shut it down. They caught this guy for running it and confiscated the coins held in escrow by snatching his computer. And then they locked him away for life. Seems like a pretty straightforward case of law enforcement doing their job, but in crypto, not everybody sees it that way.
People have an absolute right to put whatever they want in their own bodies because their bodies belong to them. That makes Ross Ulbricht and the users of the Silk Road heroes, not criminal lawbreakers in a bad sense. They were criminal lawbreakers in a good sense, the same way that Harriet Tubman or Rosa Parks or Thomas Jefferson or George Washington were.
No doubt.